Welcome everybody, it's season number 4 of the Venezia Takeover. We start off on the club vision page because, yet again, we're improving things behind the scenes. It's definitely really important at this club, knowing the fact that some of their facilities at the beginning is easily like Serie B, Serie C level, we needed to do it. So, increased junior coaching for bringing future youngsters, improve the youth recruitment, of course, that as well, and the training facilities. That is still yet to be completed, but it will be by the time we come back to that first match. We've also been sending some of our coaches on coaching courses to try and develop their careers. It's something maybe that you might need to think about if you can increase your coaches. Send them on some courses, see what happens. We can also see in the club culture we still have some things which I am a little bit dubious as why they're in there now. High tempo pressing, that's fine, we can do that. Play possession football. We do hold possession, but it really does depend on who we're playing against. If we're against a stronger team, 9 times out of 10, we kind of get the lesser end of the possession. Whereas in this tactic that we're using with the 3 at the back from last season, if we're playing against a team right about our level or lower, we do tend to play a lot more possessive. And I think that could be something which it says reserve and judgment, although it's only favoured now, we might not hit that. But hey, that's one thing. We can move on to other stuff. We could just do well in the league instead. Get mid-table, which is a requirement, and we should be fine. Across the summer as well, I also made sure I was improving the staff for the under-20s and the under-18s. It's something that you might need to remember to do, but it does take a while. Just if you've got like an hour, just spend the time to do it, because it does make a huge difference eventually when you are like trying to train up wonder kids or your youngsters just to get them to that extra level. Another thing that you can do, which I have now been doing, mainly through a rebuild, is upping the intensity of these younger players. For instance, we finally have brought to the club Dragoslav Vasovic, who actually has taken up a non-EU role. Thank you to everybody who's been commenting about the non-EU rule. I think I understand it now. There was a player in our youth academy who was a non-EU, and that's the reason why we couldn't sign anybody else. Then the last season we got Diamonde. This season we've brought in this guy, but we are trying to get rid of, right now, that extra non-EU player who was in the under-18s or under-20s, so that we could bring in another one. Because there's like a Thailand midfielder who looks insane and I've got my eye on. Plays attacking midfield, we might be able to bring him in. But anyway, here's Dragoslav. He's finally joined us. He will be playing non-competitive football for under-18s. You can see he's made 1 start, 5 appearances in total with 3 goals, 1 assist. That's fantastic. Now, training-wise, I'm doing his individual training. I've got him in the first team so he can play around with the first team players. But what I'm doing, I'm training him in the poacher role. Attacking movement is what I want him to work on because he's only got 9 off the ball. But his intensity level is double. And what I found through doing some of the rebuilds is that when they have great professionalism, if you up their intensity to double, they like just skyrocket. They really do progress quite well. So maybe just think about that. Have you ever tried that before in the past? Let me know down in the comments. Now I'm showing you the page of Leeds United because during pre-season, we are also offered the job for Leeds. I obviously turned it down because we are just staying at Venezia. That's what we want to do. But I thought it'd be interesting to bring up. Bielsa left his managerial role after the first season. They then had Roberto Di Zerbi, who resigned in the summer on the 23rd of July, which is a little bit shitty of him, really, isn't it? Because he didn't do it at the end of the season. He waited until pre-season began, and they lost like a whole month of trying to search for a manager. Whether he went somewhere else, he probably did, to be fair. He became the manager of Italy. That makes a lot more sense now, because of course they would have had the World Cup or the Euros to play in. So they played in the Euros, then he's took that job. Makes a little bit more sense now. But yeah, I was offered the Leeds job anyway. Now they've got Marco Silva in instead. Just thought I'd bring it up. Now, remember last summer we sold Gianluca Busio to AEK. Well, he made a move to Chelsea. Of course, £19 million is a lot more than what we paid for him. However, when we originally sold him, I had a huge profit of next sale, which we were then paid £3.5 million for that Chelsea deal. Always remember to put one of those in there. Very smart. The next season round, we get £3.5 million. Well worth it. Before we take a look at some of the tactics, the transfers, and the results, today's video is sponsored by SPITCH. They are the ultimate fantasy football app that is new to the market for UK and Ireland. Now, you have to be 18 or over to register, and you will have to submit a picture of your ID. But once you've done that, you're in. You're fine. You can pick your team. You can even join the Omega Loot Gaming League with me and Dad. We've been looking at it. We've done Premier League so far, but we might want to enter like Bundesliga as well. There's some game weeks coming up where we can do all of them. Would you like to join us in battling up against us? It is free to join. We're going to leave the link for the community down below in the description. Like I say, the app allows you to build your own team, collect points, and battle it out against other people such as myself and Dad, and it is free to enter, but you can still win prize money of up to £70,000 on a weekly basis. Weekly basis because it's not one of those fantasy football apps where if you forget a week, then it punishes you. You can actually just enter on a weekly basis and you can still win prize money. There's tons of statistical analysis on the app as well, so you don't have to leave the app to find out something about a player to then submit him into your team. You can just do it straight through the same app. And then, like I said, it is free to download. There will be a link down below at the top of the description. Make sure you press that link because you will also be supporting me. Join up to SPITCH, join my community league, and let's have some fun together with some fantasy football. Now, transfer-wise, we had no outs, but what we did have was a few ins. We also only had around about £10 million to play with, and of course, we already brought in Gianluca Gaetano, so don't panic, he wasn't 24 when we confirmed the deal. We confirmed it back in January when his contract was 6 months left, so we already shown you that deal. He has now joined the club. And as already shown, Dragoslav Vasovic has joined the club as well. 2 years in the making this deal was made. When I first found him, or my scouts first found him, he's now developed quite nicely. I expect him to develop even better now he is at Venezia. But the first signing that we actually made this summer was Roberto Piccoli, a fantastic deal as well. A young Italian striker with a great potential on the game from Atalanta. The main reason why I've brought this guy in is because Francisco Forte is 31 right now, and he has 1 year left on his deal, and he's not that impressed about signing a new deal for the same amount of money. He wants a lot more money. So I'm thinking we've brought this guy in for such a cheap cost, and he's very much the same type of player. 6'3", good jump and reach, decent pace, good heading, decent with his feet as well. So I like him a lot, and he has a fantastic potential like I've mentioned. We picked him up for just £2.1 million because he has barely played for Atalanta. Once we give him the game time, we could be benefiting from that because he's already given us 2 goals from 1 game. But we also brought in Thomas Araujo. Now, my main target this summer was a right back. I could not find one for the money that we had, so I thought what I would do was strengthen our defence because we only really had 3 good centre backs, and we were losing the player that we had on loan back to Juve, but we have Bosco Sotelo who can play wing back should we need him to. So I brought in Thomas Araujo, who I think is a quality centre back on the game, really good potential. I know Benfica fans have been telling me about this guy ever since we did the Benfica rebuild, saying to use this player. We've bought him for £6 million, and he has played quite a lot of games for the Benfica B team, so progress-wise, development-wise, it has been good. He has a model citizen personality as well, which obviously is fantastic. Good height, great physicals, all round, a lot of 13s, a lot of 14s. I think he will be here for a good career as well at Venezia. So I'm really happy with that signing. Only £9,000 in wages, an absolute steal. So those are the players that we have brought in this summer. I think it's quite a good summer, but I really wish we could have got that right back, but we just simply could not get any money in the door for players that I wanted to sell. We can see there's a few offers that came in really late for Brenner, around about 10 million. I'm not going to sell Brenner for 10 million. That's just stupid. And our goalkeeper for 2 million. Definitely not happening. Brescianini, why we'd want to loan him out when we're actually using him, I don't know. But still, we're just in the wage budget thanks to the Busio deal, really. That was the only money that came in, £3 million, and it helped us get above the wage budget, thankfully. Tactically then, so we are going with the exact same tactic, and this is the team that I played last in the game, which we're going to see in a second, and it has been doing really well. So Sotelo comes across to the left because he has a reasonable left foot. Scalvini in the middle, Araujo, who has a weaker left foot, on the right-hand side. Jose Carlos keeps his position on the left. Mazzocchi and Del Prato has been rotating so far. We've got a lot of midfielders, centre midfielders who can play that role. Arami, I want to drop back into there as well. Diamonde has been getting some game time as well as Sheldrup, but we give Gaetano a bit of a run as well. He's managed to pick himself up a goal and a good average rating. Brenner and Piccoli up front because Francisco Forti had a bit of a stump at the start. No goals whatsoever. So, schedule-wise then, although we've only played 2 games, in that first game was a 2-0 loss to Sampdoria. Not happy at all. But thankfully, this game was a lot better. And I thought I'd show you the goals as well, just to show you how much of a threat Piccoli could be. He has 5 men around him there, and he's won the header. Again, back post, he wins another header. He's just such a threat from set pieces that, I mean, he's just well worth the money of £2 million. And this goal as well, Gaetano finding a run. What a fantastic pass by Mazzocchi. That's why he's been playing instead of Del Prato. So it's definitely something to think about. For this season then, that is the transfer window closed. We are going to come back for that Fiorentina game for the second part of this episode. And I'm really excited. So competitions-wise, we enter at the 3rd round of the Coppa Italia. We'll see what happens in that. We are currently sat in 7th place. Of course, we've only played 2 games. That's why Empoli, of all teams, are top. A lot of the big teams have already dropped points. Lazio, Inter, Roma, they've all dropped points other than Empoli. The only team in the league to have won 2 from 2, which is quite outstanding. There's so many draws already. So, we stand a good chance. Of course, it's very early doors. If we do take a look at the Serie A and the season preview, they kind of pitched us mid-table, mid-bottom table again, 14th place, where I'd expect. I'm disappointed. I was hoping we'd go a little bit higher than that, but I do fancy our chances. I think we can do good this season. Let's simulate and find out. Okay, we're back the 20th of December for the Fiorentina game, and my word, have we done very well. Look at that, we're in 2nd. We're joint with a lot of clubs, but I mean, we're 4 points above 6th, but between 5th and 2nd, there's only a point between us, and 3 of us are all on 30 points. Inter are running away with it, but we have only lost 2 games. That was the Sampdoria game, and Empoli, who of course we've seen at the top, a team which we really shouldn't be losing. They've dropped down to 11th place. But how, after 16 games, are we 2nd in the league in season number 4? I don't know. And it could have been even better. We could have been top if it wasn't for some lazy results. Let's take a look at the schedule, because we hit 3 draws in a row. Sassuolo, that should be a win. If we're going for the top 4, that should be a win. Not that we're going for top 4, but right now we're in top 4. Juve and Inter Milan getting a 1-1 draw apiece is very good. Andre Sheldrup there with a 91st minute equaliser, and a Zaniolo goal 51, Roberto Piccoli's 73rd minute. Really good. Roma, we beat them 1-0 despite having 10 men. Genoa, another 2-0 victory. I'll go back as well. 2-0 against Parma with a player sent off. Jose Carlos gets sent off again. Atalanta, a 1-0 win. Bosco Satulo. Spezia 3-2. Great result there, because that's a difficult tie for us. We always seem to muck up against them. But these 2 games here, I'm so disappointed with. Both of them newly promoted. Monza and Cosenza, a team I've never heard of, to be honest. Coming up from the Serie B, a 0-0 draw in both games. Jose Carlos again. He's had 3 red cards already. Bologna, 2-1 against them. Fantastic result. Milan, a 1-1 draw. Not bad at all. There's the Empoli loss there. We also had Bosco Satulo sent off. We're getting a lot of red cards. Torino, a 2-1 victory. So, it's been a fantastic so far season that we find ourselves there. Empoli, one of the only teams that have beat us this season, we find them in the Coppa Italia. And if we take a look at form-wise, Roberto Piccoli has 6 goals in 15 games as our top scorer. But like I mentioned, we have Jose Carlos here, and after 13 games, he has 3 red cards. 3 in 13 games. That's mental. Okay, Fiorentina, they are 7th right now. So it's kind of one of those games which, on paper, we should win, but it's going to be tricky. Thomas Araujo there has a red card. We've been playing him as many games as possible. Jose Carlos, Sheldrup, and Piccoli. That's just to show you who we've tried to been played as much as possible. So Ceccheroni comes in at the back with Scalvini and Satulo. Del Prato, I kind of want Mazzocchi there, really. Mazzocchi is also injured, so we can't use him. Puertes also suspended. So Fiordolino comes in the ball winner. Brescanini in that deep line playmaker. Gaetano or Sheldrup? I quite like Sheldrup in there, really. Yeah, he is unhappy right now as well. He does want a new contract. We can definitely do that in the January when we actually have some money, because right now we are still right on the cusp of the wage budget. Jose Carlos, please don't get a red card again. Please, please, please. Piccoli and Brenner up top. Francisco Forte has scored 3 goals. He has been playing still a little bit, but Brenner and Piccoli is the starting 2 that we have tended to see throughout this season so far. So the Fiorentina lineup looks like this. They're playing a 4-3-3. Amad Diallo, Gonzalez, El Shaarawy. That's a scary front 3. We've also got Nathan Ake in there, I recognise. So after season number 4 then, they've really been split open, because I didn't have the update, so they would have probably still had Dusan Vlahovic, but I can't remember where he went. I might have already mentioned it, to be fair, but I do know he definitely left. Castrovilli's there in the midfield. Lafont in goal. Of course, I think he's out on loan at the start of the game. So yeah, a tricky team to say the least, but we have been dominating this first half so far. 5 shots to their 0. Here we go then. 17 minutes gone. They have the ball in their area. We're trying to pin them back as much as possible, but got some fast players there. Milan have took the lead against Spezia. Nicolas Gonzalez, a tricky attacker there, but oh, that's a good tackle. Jose Carlos, do not get red carded. Ceccheroni, oh my god. Valido. Please don't say that was the highlight. I hate it when they do that, because it's gone near our goal line. Lafont's picked the ball up. Okay, he's paused a little bit. Bring it down. Nothing stupid, please. There we go. Right, let's build from the back. I've noticed we scored a lot of goals from that. Passing it into the deep line playmaker or the ball winner, and then starting again. There we go. That's a lot more direct. Del Prato to Brenner. Oh no! Somebody posted about his acceleration in a couple of videos ago, and I think we just seen it there. I mean, it was Ake. Could not catch him. And Ake's not slow. Brenner is just so fast, man. He's so quick. Because he has good acceleration and his agility, that's what does it for him. Speaking of fast, Victor Osimhen's just scored. How have we not scored that? What a save from Lafont. My word. I don't know who it was who headed at the back post. I wasn't concentrating. Fiordolino gets it in. Sheldrup's going to pick it up. Okay, second phase of attack. Del Prato. There's a lovely little ball there if you can give it to him. He tries shooting for some bizarre reason. El Shaarawy plays it back to Paslak. And we'll let them play out now. That's not good. Come on, pin them back in. Win the ball back. El Shaarawy again, Castrovilli. They're being patient. It's good play from them, to be fair. But they still yet to register a shot. Just like them, like the AC Milan game. They'll have one shot and score from it. Amad on the right. Hataboa. Come on. Not a yellow. Not a red. There's the ball over the top. Play it down. Nicolas Gonzalez. What did I say? What did I say? First shot of the game for them, and they've scored. Typical. I mean, yeah, it's a lovely build-up play. They took a while to actually have the shot, but how are we conceding that? Scalvini, you've got to do better than that. I know he's a little bit quicker, but he doesn't even look like he's trying. And I don't like that. You should look like you're trying. Okay, can we fire back straight away? That's the question I want to ask my team. Jose Carlos at the back. Oh. Again, it's another save. Alvin Lafont is amazing in goal. He's always been good. Piccoli. Penalty! Yes! Nowhere's that dive. Get in! Right, just got to score it now. I can't remember who takes it. I think it's Brenner. He has good composure. Come on, Brenner. Oh, it's only just, but it's in. It's in. It's his 4th goal of the season. It's 1-1 here. Keeper does go the right way. I feel sorry for Lafont, because he's had a cracking game so far and he's almost got to that. Not as sorry as I'd like to be, but we're 1-1 now. To say that we've deserved that goal is an understatement, because our XG is 1.98. That suggests we should have scored 2 goals, if you know what XG or know how to read XG. A lot of it comes in the penalties. I think that's like 0.85, whatever it is. Okay, they're playing very risky football there at the back, but Hataboa's got a lot of time and space, but he's kind of like just sat on it a little bit, dwelled on the ball a little bit. Masengo, I think that's the guy from Bristol City, the French player, very good deep line playmaker. They're playing around with it really well. They have got some good ball players, to be fair. Even their defenders are good, like wide centre-backs or ball-playing centre-backs. Castrovilli's got a run. It's Gonzalez again. He's got it the other side of Scalvini. Scalvini is not enjoying him. Amad's had a shot as well. He's gone wide. What can I do? Should I put Bosco Sotolo on him and mark him from that? Sotulo's quite reliable. I might have to do that in the second half, because that's caused us a trouble now. That's twice that's happened. Let's make a change. So Sotulo has good marking ability, and I think he's a little bit quicker. So his acceleration and pace is 13 and 14. Scalvini, is 14-14, right? And okay, he's just getting done though. I'm gonna put Satulo there. Maybe it's defensive positioning we need to be looking at. Position 13, Scalvini's positioning is 14. Scalvini should be the better defender. I'm gonna man mark him with Satulo. I've already done it. I've already decided. That's how we're gonna go. I'm out with a free kick. It's Gonzalez again. It's Gonzalez again. It's the same guy. I want to pause this and find out who it is that's marking him. Because if I've made that change and 1 minute later, Del Prato. Speaking of Prats, what are you doing? Just jump higher, innit? Just jump higher. Triple change then. I'm going to bring on Francisco Forte for Piccoli. Sheldrup and Flordelino's coming off as well. Diamonde's coming on deep line playmaker role. Gaetano in front of him. We're going a little bit more attackive now. What I might do is also change him to a attacking playmaker, advanced playmaker on attack actually, because that's what he likes to do. I'm going to go a little bit more direct, but I'm going to take off passing to space because I'm noticing we're losing the ball quite often. I don't want to just keep losing the ball when we can prevent that just by doing that. So let's see how that plays out the second half. The reason why I think Piccoli was sold for so little price is because Lorenzo Luca is at Atalanta now. Okay, there's 10 minutes left. I'm going to have to throw everything at them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring Diamonde into here and we're going to try and just overload them at the top here. Let's change him to an attacking midfielder as well because I like that role. That's my favourite role, I think, in that area. Gets further forward. Let's run wide with the ball, move into the channels, roam a little bit, shoot less often, but take more risks. That's what I want him to do. Let's just try and force this goal for us. Brescanini, you've got a big job on your hands. Hold that midfield down. You've got 3 of them in there, but I'm sure you can deal with it. I have faith. Okay, it has activated a highlight, but at the minute, it's a Fiorentina one because at the back post, there are some men. There's Castrovilli. Brescanini is there by himself trying to mark him all. Oh, you've still got to work though. Even though you're in advanced position, you still got to work. Januzaj can't quite get to it. Valido has got it now. Let's start an attack. Let's find a goal. Let's find an equaliser. We've dropped down into 3rd place from this. I think clubs around us either haven't played yet or we're just really lucky there also drop points. Diamonde. There's a run. There's a run. Francisco Forte's in. He's chipped the keeper. Oh my God, he's chipped the keeper. What a goal that is. Mohamed Diamonde with the assist. Francisco Forte. It's like Cantona, and he stood there saying, you do not deserve this. You do not deserve me. Unbelievable goal. A first touch chip in. That is so much like Cantona. It's unbelievable. What a goal. There's 2 minutes left. We cannot push for a winner, but I've got to be happy with that. I've got to be happy with a point. I will take the point. Thank you, Francisco. You beautiful man. We'll take that, viewers. A draw, I think that sees us go into... might see us stay in 2nd. Let's take a look at the league. Oh, we've dropped down. Atalanta have gone above us by a point, but everybody else has dropped points. Roma lost to Atalanta. Lazio drew, Milan won, Napoli won, Juve lost to Parma. Some big results have gone our way, for sure, and we're quite lucky. We finished in 3rd place at the first half of this season, but tomorrow we'll come back, we'll play a game right after the transfer window for part 2 of season number 4 and see if we can hold on to this top 4 finish. I'll see you then. Drop a like if you can. Remember to download SPITCH. Join us in the league. Thank you very much for sponsoring the video. Support the channel as much as you possibly can. We got the 2nd channel down there as well. For the Youth to Gold, if you want to catch up on that. That's been happening recently on Twitch, but if you can't watch it live on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning, then come across to the 2nd channel down below. I think we're about to hit 1,000 subs as of recording this, and you can watch all of the live streams on replay. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow for another one. Bye-bye.